Hey Jenny, how do you strengthen your neck?
Travis, that's a really good question. Because I feel like the idea of neck strengthening is just something we don't tend to hear about very often. Yet it can certainly be super beneficial, right?
Yeah, I even think some people might be a little bit hesitant about strengthening their neck.
You're right. Because we kind of have like maybe these societal beliefs that this area of the body's like fragile
Fragile.
and we shouldn't load it. But yeah, I mean, based on your understanding of exercise science and how the body moves, would you suggest that loading the neck can actually be healthy and good?
I think it's good to have a strong neck. I think the neck muscles are just like any other muscles in the body.
That's right. And like the neck is really it's your cervical spine, like anatomically. So it's really just a part of your spine. And we
Good
don't
point.
we don't hesitate to strengthen like the rest of our spine.
Yeah, you could even consider it if you think of like the core being the area of the spine. The neck is just an extension of the core.
That's right. So like core strengthening could and arguably should include the neck.
Hmm.
So with all of that said, why don't we look at maybe our three favorite ways to strengthen the neck in Strength for Yoga? And when we're thinking about neck strengthening, it's helpful to remember the neck is a 360-degree structure. So we've got muscles on the front, on the back, and on the sides. And we're going to look at three exercises that will like target all the way around. So let's look at our first exercise. This one's going to be for the front of the neck, aka the neck flexors. And this is called like a neck wall plank.
Hmm.
So Travis is going to go to the wall and he's going to use a yoga block to place his forehead on. And he's basically going to just make this angle between his body and the wall. Travis, your neck is so strong to be able to do that.
Thank you.
And the block is nice because it just gives you just something to push into, but you could also use a towel, something like that. The idea here is the closer your feet are to the wall, the easier this will be. Travis, whenever
I'm
you
already
need a break.
shaking.
Yeah, I could see you were shaking a little bit. But
Feels good.
that was, yeah, totally. Do you feel
Thank
that through
you.
the front?
Yeah, and through my
Yeah.
core.
Oh, thanks for, yes. It's also an entire front core exercise.
Hmm. Because it's a plank.
It's totally a plank. It's a wall plank, but without your hands.
Right.
So it's only like up here that, well, it's really all of this, but primarily targeting the neck through that forehead push.
Hmm.
But anyway, the further back your feet were and the more
Right.
angled you are, the harder this is. So like something like this would be very strong. Definitely not recommended for someone new to neck strengthening. Travis, can't believe you're doing that. So good idea to start much more vertical and with your feet a lot closer to the wall, test it out, and then maybe walk your feet back. So that is for the neck flexors. Let's take a look at something now. We'll use the chair, and this is going to target the back of the neck or the neck extensors. So for this neck exercise, we sit right in front of a chair and then we lean back so that we bring the back of our head onto the chair. We're using a blanket here for a little bit of padding, and you might want to do that depending on your chair surface. And then once you've got that, that alone may be plenty. Maybe you don't need to do anything else. But if you feel like you could use some more strength work, try lifting your hands, maybe one and then the other. Travis just did both at the same time. If that doesn't seem like enough, perhaps you could float your hips. Yes, just a little bit up off the floor. Do you feel? I bet you feel that in the
Yeah.
back of your, yeah. So those are all ways that we can make this, you can scale it back or make it harder. And this is all about targeting the back of the neck with
That
the,
with the hips lifted is tough.
it totally is. Yeah, it is. So like, maybe after you've built some strength in that exercise over time, maybe start ending that.
Hmm.
So we have one more area of the neck to talk about in terms of strengthening, and that would be the sides of the neck or like your lateral flexors. So in order to work on those, what we really like doing is lying on a bench with our head off the bench. So you can see here that, yeah, Travis is lying here, but his head is not supported at all. So even just right here, just holding that, that's already going to target his neck, the front of the neck. But now Travis is going to start to turn his head side to side slowly. So he's performing a cervical rotation in anatomical terms. He's rotating his neck. And that is going to end up targeting those side neck muscles, the lateral flexors. He could do this like dynamically back and forth, or you could turn and hold
Hmm.
isometrically and then turn and hold isometrically on the other side. That would mean like, yeah, isometric is like statically holding some strength work. So this is our third favorite strength for yoga exercise for for strengthening the neck, and we really like working on our neck strength for ourselves and for our strength for yoga members and for yoga practitioners.
Yeah, well, there are yoga poses that require some neck strength, right?
That's so true. Like headstand,
Mm-hmm.
maybe shoulder stand,
Right.
things like that. And just having a stronger neck can really help support and enhance those poses. So yeah, the neck strength is excellent to work on.
Thanks, Jenny.
You're welcome, Travis.